The first time you load ArchiCAD 19, you'll have seen this pre-loading screen, and then this grey box will come up. You give it a click, and that will take you through to the next screen. You're wanting to make sure you create a new project. Something to watch if your interface has changed or you're not sure where something's gone or a menu's disappeared is you can just make sure that it's using default profile. That kind of makes things, it basically fixes any issues you might have. So then we click new. Of course, the first time you do this, it takes longer. Close that, we don't need to update. So we'll start by drawing a slab. When you draw a slab, you've got three main drawing tools to choose. This one here is polygonal, which basically means if you are creating any random shape. This one here is if you're creating a rectangle. This one here is if you're creating a rotated rectangle. We're just going to draw a square, very basic house for the intro today. So we'll draw this here. And when I draw the rectangle out, if we want to make it an accurate shape, you can see you've got dimension 1 and you've got dimension 2 in the pop-up window there. So I'm going to make mine 10 meters by 10 meters. So I'll type in 10,000 millimeters, of course. Hit tab to get into the next box. And it'll create a 10 meter by 10 meter slab. Now to check out to see what we've just created, I go to generic perspective. You can see the concrete slab here. To get it back to the view, I click on ground floor. And now I'm going to create some walls. So if I click on the wall tool on the left hand side, again I have different options for how I'm going to draw my box. This one is probably the main one we'll use today, which is this is the chained. So this is if I was doing individual walls. This is to do walls that are linked together. So you do one wall, then the next. And this one here is to draw a rectangular wall. So we'll do the linked one. I'll start by linking up here, and you can see it creates a circle when it's happy with where I'm at. We'll zoom in here. So one thing to look out for is you can see how one side of this is a thick dark line and one side is a light grey line. So the dark line is the outside of the building. So we'll click down, trace to the corner, and it circles it. And again, and again, and again. So we've now created a perfect 10 meter walls. If we go back to 3D, you'll see you've now got a box, a slab with walls on it. Go back here. We will have a go at adding a door. So let's go door tool. And you can see you've got these different options here for setting the sizes of the doors, or even into the settings box here, you can change the style of the door. So let's just pick this prairie style. That sounds fun. Okay. So when we go to step the door in, there's only a couple of things to watch. You can see there's these dividing lines that come up. They're giving me how many meters in. We'll put it here. I'm going to put it on the sunny side. So click here. So if I have it here, we want the sun on the outside of the building. So put the sun here, and I can choose which way I want the door to open. We'll pick, I want it inwards opening this way. And that's it, automatically done. Far simpler than SketchUp. And the last thing we'll do here is we'll add some windows. And again, you can see where you customize the size of your windows. Which way they open. Put a window here. And one more window. So now we've got 4 windows, and the last thing we'll do is we'll add a roof. Click on the roof tool. You can see you've got a range of styles of different roofs that you can do again, but we'll just pick this complex roof. We'll take here, let it go circular. The one thing to watch, which you'll see in a second when we do the roof, is that it defaults to be on the ground floor. Now that's a wee bit interesting. So if we go and have a look and see what that means, it means that it has now placed itself on ground level. So to lift that up is really quite simple. We go in here, let it go green, and then we can just drag it up. Now, when it goes yellow is in the up direction. Now, our walls were 2,450 millimeters high by default. So we'll just type in 2450 and hit enter. We'll have a roof in the correct place. And that's all I'm going to share.